What is going on, guys? Alex here. Welcome back to a FIFA 23 video. Today we'll be ranking the FIFA 23 Team of the Year nominees in order on the Team Maker website. As you can see, we're on the Team Maker website with all of the FIFA 23 Team of the Year players. We can rank them from Team of the Year to Honourable Mention, down to Decent, then Average, Lucky to be nominated, and Why Are You There? So we've got all of the Team of the Year nominees. We'll just go in order from the positions that they're placed on the list. So we'll start with Messi and we'll end with Jeremy Frimpong. So let's start, guys, with Lionel Messi. Obviously won the World Cup with Argentina, had a pretty good season really. Overall there's been a few better attackers than him, so I'm going to place him into Honourable Mention. A very good player, but a bit past it now in my opinion. And next up we've got Thiago Silva. I do know there's not a lot of amazing defenders, so that's why Thiago Silva, in my opinion, gets into Team of the Year. He's had a great season with Chelsea. You know, he's very old, so the age factor of him being that old and still playing so well is amazing for him. Next up we got Benzema. Obviously won the Ballon d'Or, World Cup final with France. You know, maybe he should have played. I don't think he got on the bench for that team. Kylian Mbappe and Olivier Giroud, obviously better players than Benzema. We've got Hugo Lloris, again another decent player. He could probably get into the team, but we've got a couple better goalkeepers. Modric, for me, best midfielder in the history of the world. He's a super attacker. You know, he scores all the goals, scores all the assists as well for Croatia. He's a really good midfielder. Obviously won Champions League and the league with Real Madrid. We've got Olivier Giroud, again another big scorer, won Serie A, playing for France, World Cup final. A super good player. Ivan Perisic, average. Toni Kroos, again another good player. He's pretty decent, but sadly with Germany didn't really go too far. Actually, we'll move him to Honourable Mention because it's Toni Kroos. Szczesny, I don't know what he's done. Trippier, lucky to be nominated. One of the best, not even one of the best. He's just a right back really. And because he's English and he's okay, he can get a good nomination. Lewandowski, not the most amazing year, but I think he deserves a nice little honourable mention because he is one of the best players in the world. Trapp, you know, he had a good time in the Europa League last season, that's fair enough. Parejo, the same. I mean, he's a good player, but what are we going to say about Parejo really? We got Neymar, a super player. In my opinion, deserves to get into there. Won the league and best player in the PSG side last season. And the goalkeeper that goes into the team is going to be Courtois. You can't really deny that he is a super goalkeeper. Amazing Champions League final performance for me. And we've got our second centre-back. We've got Nicolas Otamendi, who gets into my Team of the Year. Otamendi makes it in because he won the World Cup with Argentina, had a great season with Benfica last season, helping his teammate Enzo Fernandez in this season as well. He's going to be a great player. Definitely one to look forward to in the future is Otamendi. Next up, we've got Ciro Immobile, average player, same as Aspas. We've got another midfielder, Kevin De Bruyne. He slots in there, so we've got one goalkeeper, two defenders, two midfield, and two attack. A great side there. Griezmann, he's been decent, but not amazing. Not quite an honourable mention, not quite this level at the moment, but pretty good. Ben Yedder the same. He's one of the best scorers in the league, and apart from the PSG players. Heung-min Son is a tricky one. Honourable mention, did he play that well last season? I don't know. He played okay. Casemiro for me is the next midfielder. Man United, hero, legend, you know, was born in Manchester, plays for Manchester for 15 years. A great player for me. Berghaus deserves nothing. Koulibaly, everyone thought he was good in the Serie A, and maybe he was, but then Napoli sell him and they're a way better side, and Chelsea are absolutely stinking out now in the Premier League. I don't even know who Biraghi is, but he's a terrible Italian fullback. Harry Kane is an amazing player, but does he deserve that last Team of the Year spot? I don't think so. Martinez, very honourable mention in my opinion, getting Argentina to the World Cup final victory, but sadly he plays for Villa and that's nothing amazing there. Van Dijk, Doesn't quite make it in because of Liverpool and his injuries. He's not playing too well. Marquinhos, again, Brazil didn't make it too far, but with a Ligan title to his name and some good appearances, but no cup wins for Marquinhos. We've got Kostic, Sadio Mane, another good player, but not had the best start really to his year there in Germany. Obviously left Liverpool. Everyone thought Salah was the best, but it appears that Mane was the best. But now Mane is having a bit of a transitional period. Mo Salah up next. A very good player, obviously last season, 2 trophies as well. Who else could we even put in the attacking roles? Maybe Salah gets in, you know. No, Salah definitely doesn't get in. And there's a reason why Salah doesn't get in. Next up we've got Bonner. World Cup semi-final, decent for him. Rabiot, Grimaldo, Edison, average, decent, honourable mention. Yeah, it's gone right up for Edison, to be fair. Obviously winning a nice Premier League and being one of the best keepers in the league there. We've got another player for the team of the year, João Cancelo, who's going to fill in the first fullback spot. Obviously, I'm going to give myself 2 fullbacks. Don't even care about Griefer or Sula. Bruno Fernandes. Again, born in Manchester, same as Casemiro. A really good midfielder. Sadly, there's no room for Kimmich. He could possibly get in there if you don't take Casemiro or Modric. But yeah, I mean, Bayern just seem to win everything all the time, and they kind of go under the radar a little bit. We've got Alisson, sadly doesn't make it in, but again, 2 trophies and a 2nd place in the league. Mainan, Serie A winner. Sadly doesn't make it into the team. Brozovic, World Cup semis, not bad. Fekir, don't even care about him. Bernardo Silva, Man City player. He's a good little technical player, but I don't think he's of this sort of level of quality. I'd even say Mahrez is better than him. Odegaard's having a lovely season with Arsenal. Milinkovic-Savic, who is that? Sofian Amrabat again. A nice year, but no one ever heard of this guy before the World Cup. Iglesias is short. Barella, nice midfielder, 2nd in the Serie A last season. So that's, he may be indecent but average for me. Acuna, you know, a good player in the La Liga and the World Cup winner, but not for me. We've got Pellegrini, a couple of random guys. Upamecano was awful for France in the World Cup. So I'm glad they didn't win it. We've got Gabriel Jesus from Arsenal. He is lucky to be nominated, really. Ousmane Dembele, he's average. He had a good return last season for Barcelona in the league, really, after coming back. Lautaro Martinez, he's okay. Nice play for Argentina. And Kylian Mbappe gets into my team of the year. So we've got a goalkeeper, a fullback, 2 CBs, 3 midfielders, 3 attackers, Neymar, Benzema, and Mbappe. That means I need 1 fullback, and let's go grab that fullback. It's going to be... Oh, I really don't know which one to go for. If it should be Hakimi or Hernandez. But for me, we're going to go Hernandez. Winning the Serie A World Cup final, played amazing in the World Cup as well. A great player. We've got a couple of other players. Rodri, a very honourable mention. Doesn't quite make it in for me due to the midfielders I've got in there. Osimhen was good. I've got to say for Nkunku as well. If he was, say, Mbappe's level and he put those stats up in the Bundesliga, maybe he would get in the team of the year. Last season was amazing. Average for Romero, did win the World Cup, but for Spurs he's a donkey. A couple of Asian guys there, won't say too much about those guys. Tomori, really, I want to put him in honourable mention, but because he didn't get into the World Cup team, I don't think he makes it in. Declan Rice, again, a decent season for him, but this last 6 months, West Ham have absolutely fallen off. Alphonso Davies, another good shout for left back, but with Cancelo, Hernandez, Hakimi, you know, there's just too many fullbacks to choose from, and sadly he's not really gone too far. There's Hakimi, a very decent honourable mention. Stick him in honourable mention. Terrier, he's a dog. Why is he even there? Colomwani missed in the 123rd minute for France in the World Cup final. Absolutely dog. Foden's decent. In a few years, he'll be very good. James, injured for a lot. Vinny, honourable mention. Well, World Cup final, Champions League final winner, won the Champions League, he scored the goal, and La Liga winner, and in the Brazil team, a great player. Valverde, another very honourable mention, a great midfielder. So is Erling Haaland. Klaus had a great season as well. Again, if we didn't have so many right backs and left backs, Klaus definitely could get into the team. We've got Bremer, who's an absolute monster. Again, another honourable mention in the team. Ruben Diaz, he's just been average really for Man City, not too much to talk about. Militao, I don't think he even plays for Real Madrid. Tonali in the Serie A, I don't think he really did too much. Koundé, big transfer fee, but not for me. Xiaomeni, the same. Obviously, he's got a very, very bad and lucky goal against England to knock us out of the World Cup. So, yeah, it's just a fat midfielder, really. Rafael Leao, just the Portuguese Marcus Rashford, and a little bit worse. Diaby's nice, I do enjoy him on FIFA. Joao Felix, honourable mention. He is going to be a monster in a few years. He just needs that sparkle, that lease of life. And he didn't have such a bad season at Atletico. Cody Gakpo, decent. I guess Vlahovic really didn't light up the world last year after his move from Fiorentina. We got Bukayo Saka from Arsenal. In a few years, maybe he could be good. Enzo Fernandez, that I spoke about earlier, from Benfica, is a really good player. Kulusevski, with a couple extra goals and assists, I think he could have been in Team of the Year over maybe Neymar. If, you know, Spurs win the Premier League, they're very close to it. Obviously got a great manager. Spurs have a great chance of that. And next we've got Vardiol, a great defender, great centre-back. Not the best Bundesliga season, but a great World Cup. Could mean something for him. As well with the centre-back options. Not too much. I'm really not a fan of Pedri. He's not good. Pedri's not good. He's trash. But Jude Bellingham's a monster. In a few seasons when he gets that move to a Real Madrid, a Liverpool, Manchester United, of course, the biggest club in the world. Darwin Núñez doesn't deserve anything. And Jeremy Frimpong is a good little player. So to recap, guys, these are the players in Why Are You Here? Why are you there? These guys absolutely stink out the season. We've got lucky to be nominated. A couple of guys in there, a couple of Barcelona players, just some randoms. Average, we've got a couple of guys who you'd expect to do a little bit better. Really decent. You know, well, sure, we've got to put Lloris up there. Never had a Team of the Year, but, you know, World Cup winner, and so obviously not this World Cup, the last World Cup. Yeah, a few good players in there. Alphonso Davies might make the jump. We've got Messi, I don't think deserves it. Hasn't really been the most sparkling player. Even someone like Giroud probably deserves it over Messi. You know, great performance in the World Cup from Giroud as well. Kroos could possibly easily get in there. Lewandowski, not for me. Get rid of Lewandowski, not the one. Van Dijk, honestly, honourable mention for the last 6 months? No. Marquinhos, Salah, Ederson, Bruno, Kimmich, a bunch of high-level players in here, including Kulusevski and Vardiol. Then my Team of the Year: Courtois, Cancelo, Otamendi, Thiago Silva, Hernandez, Modric, Casemiro, De Bruyne, Neymar, Benzema, and Mbappe. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you want to choose your own lineup for this, I'll leave the link in the description for the Tier Maker list. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel, and yeah, have a lovely night. Peace.